In this video, I will teach you how to search for partial text within cells in Microsoft Excel. In order to demonstrate this, I'm going to use this data set over here. And I want to search for a particular text or a particular word in each of these cells. And I want to create a formula that returns true whenever that text exists and false whenever it doesn't. And the particular word that I have in mind here is the word apple, or the text apple. I want a formula which returns true whenever each of these cells contain the word apple and false when otherwise. And the formula syntax for doing so is on the screen over here. And the formula consists of two parts. So the inner part of the formula is the search function, and the outer part takes the outcome of the search function, and it's the isNumber function. So I will start by just typing in the inner part, that is the search function, to show you what that returns. So I want to search for the word apple, so I type equal search, then double quotation, the text apple, and then I'll put in the cell. In this case, the cell A4 rather, and close parentheses. And I'll drag this formula down to cover the full range. And as you can see, the formula has returned a combination of either the error value or a series of numbers. Now the errors, the hashtag value, whenever that's returned, that means the word apple or text didn't exist in those cells. For example, cell A4, A6, and A7 didn't contain the word or the text apple, so an error was returned. But whenever the text did exist, it returned a number. Now you might ask why this number is 8, for example, and the reason is the formula returned the character in which this text appears. In the case of this cell over here, apple is the 8th character which appears in this cell, and it's the 11th character. The word apple begins at the 11th character of this string or this cell. So these numbers, this is how these numbers are generated. So we get either an error or we get a number. So the last part, now that we've put in the inner part of the formula, which is the search formula, I'm going to put in the isNumber formula. And the isNumber formula, what that does is whenever we have an error, it will return false, and whenever we have a number, it will return true. So here's how it works. I will enter isNumber at the beginning, parentheses open, and at the end, I'll just put a close parentheses, and that's it. And I'll just drag this formula down. And as easy as that, you can see that the formula is correctly applied to the full range. Whenever we have the text apple appear in anywhere within any cell, we get true. And whenever we don't have the text apple, we get false. And this is how we can search for partial text within cells in Excel. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you find my content and videos useful, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and also turn on the notifications so YouTube will notify you every time I post a new video, which is weekly.